Live from the Outpost Studios in Columbus, Ohio, you're listening to All Natural Being with Brian Brawdy. Brought to you by IPMNation.com. Get ready for the gong heard round the world.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is not a drill.
All Natural Being. Warning, All Natural Being with Brian Brawdy is designed to shake your sense of self to the core.
It's full contact psychology with an empowering twist, a philosophical loofah for your soul.
For those of you not ready or comfortable releasing your inner superhuman, listener discretion is advised.
Here's your host,
Brian Brawdy.
Good evening once again. Thank you and welcome to what is now the 398th version, 398th episode of the number one rated show here on IPMNation.com. You're in to All Natural Being, and the gong, aforesaid gong, heard round the world. Broadcast, as it happens each and every time we're on, thanks to our good friends at Telestream's Wirecast. It's broadcast live from the Transitional Radio uplink here in Columbus, Ohio. We're getting ready to switch over. It'll soon be the Mortal uplink, I guess we'd have to call it. Broadcast live from the Mortal Up Studios here in Columbus, Ohio. Directly over to IPMNation.com, multicast live at Facebook and over at allnaturalbeing.com, and of course on our Brian Brawdy app. It's rebroadcast on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, YouTube, Twitter, maybe Twitch eventually. We talked about that. We had a great meeting today. Greetings wherever you are, here in the Garden of the Mortals, the labyrinth of life itself, the ups, the downs, the lefts, the rights, the pivots, the swerves, the flukes, the whims, the sheer havoc of the synchronicity and serendipity of it all. Blind alleys and cul-de-sacs, absolutely, but never dead ends. That is until you and I decide to tap out of the game. But we're here to always put your heart's highest priority top of the list where you know, I'm absolutely certain it belongs. Always calling on the true wit and wisdom, the wallop of your inner whisper, that still small voice. There's really nothing small about it. Not some watered-down version of you. Not some tepid version of you. We can't call that living. There's no way we would ever settle that. You're here to outbrutal the brutal. That is the cut and shuffle fate can deal you on a daily basis, and to bring your own bold once and for all, because I think, boy, oh boy, oh boy, you look at the news, you look at, I don't know why you would look at the news, but right, you look around everywhere, there's a storm coming. And for those that work to bring their own bold, they'll be buttoned up. For everyone else, it's my opinion, they're going to be swallowed up. But let me say a quick hello here to my friends in the United States and Canada, Mexico, the UK, my dear friends in Ecuador, China, the Philippines, Brazil, India, Australia, Germany, Italy, and France, Nigeria, Turkey, Japan, Singapore, Thailand, Belgium, Sweden, Israel, South Africa, Egypt, and Puerto Rico, Kenya, the Netherlands, Iran, Colombia, Greece, Ireland, Argentina, Peru, Austria, Poland. To those joining us from all over the globe, it really is an honor to have you here with us. And I am truly fired up today to be driving your bandwagon, to be your virtual hitchhiker if you're out and about on the go. Always avidly you, however you come to hang with us. It really is just a thrill of a lifetime to be able to hang out with you in the evenings here. So what are we waiting for? Here's our opportunity when we get together. Here's our opportunity to do just that, to mortal up. Because I believe it's time to love the way you think. I believe it's absolutely time to be your all-natural being. It's time for you to bring your grit to the relentless grip of life. So what do you say? Let's go kick in some doors. And I want to thank Alex today. We had a great lunch to thank Alex and Eric. Thank you so much for lunch. They had a chance to spend some time with Lee Rowley from Copy Branding. It's always a stitch. I tell you, he makes me laugh. And well, there's all kinds of stuff to talk about. We had a 2-hour drive each way today. And, it's icing this morning and the snow and the blah, 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 just the overcast. And just like you think, 4-hour drive, that'd be a pain. But Lee keeps you laughing the whole time. There's just no two ways about it. So we hope to catch up with him here in a little bit. Maybe we'll keep it Lee Words Wednesdays. I don't know, but what we're going to do is start to incorporate Lee back into the show whenever he has some time for us. And if some of the stuff that we were working on the day in the car was any indication, these are going to be segments that you're going to enjoy, because we admitted today, after spending all this time together and having lunch with Alex and his team, that life really is about laughing. It's about enjoying. It's about digging where you are in any particular moment in time. And we most certainly did that. We talked a good bit about 81 to win today. I want to mention that we're 50 some odd days away from our Guinness World Record attempt at the longest call-in radio talk show. We've got all kinds of cool things. So again, if I could offer anyone here in the thread, if you're like, I'm getting instant messages and tweets and emails going, oh, did you think about this person? Did you think about that person? It would be great if you have some inputs of some different people you'd like to hear interviewed throughout the 81 to win. That would be great. We'd absolutely love to incorporate your ideas of guests into the show, right? Because time's going to be here before we know it. And I'm very excited. The record's the record, right? Most of you know the story about how that came about, right? If the one radio station that I said, hey, how about letting me be an intern? How about letting me, just pay attention to what's going on with your studio and I'll be a janitor, I'll do this, I'll do that. If just one of them, if they had just said yes, right? If it had been kumbaya, it turned out to be kumbaya for everybody but Brian. So when they said, oh no, we're done, we're not gonna put up with you for all this time, then of course I went ahead and said, oh yeah, I'll just do my own Guinness World Record attempt at the longest call-in radio talk show. But outside of that, what I want Mortal Up to be and all the programming, and one of the things that Henry, as he's on his sabbatical to write his book and do a lot of the things that he's working on, one of the things that we're so excited about is that to keep the vision of Mortal Up alive. Keep the vision of remembering who you ultimately are. You're as much Fate's nemesis as I am, right? Fate does everything it can to bring the chop block, but you're there to bring the counterpunch. And that's what we want the Mortal Up programming to be, is the ability to say, oh, wait a minute. You absolutely can surmount. You absolutely can win this skirmish, this battle. You can ultimately win the war, and that's what we want Mortal Up to be all about. So the Mortal Up channel will continue to do that. Of course, we have Sneak Speak with the talented Matt Connerton from over at IPMNation.com. We've got Copy That Speaks with Lee Rowley. Derek Noel Fitness is going to have a show here very shortly. We're hoping Thinking Re-envisioned. From time to time, Henry can come on and let us know what he's up to, what he's working on, so we're really excited about that. All right, let me jump here quickly in the thread. John, good evening. Kathy, nice to see you. Thank you so very much. Hello to you as well. Hello, Wayne. We tried ringing you today, Wayne, but yeah, you get a busy guy on a Wednesday. Busy guy. We sent our call to voicemail, did you? All right, well, we'll talk about that later. Kathy, how are you? Marcia, hi, everyone, to you as well. Jamie, nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Alex, I super appreciate your time today. We had an absolute blast laughing. And if you all could have seen, I think maybe we'll see if Lee can post the picture. We went to talk to Alex and some of the members of his team about some things that we're going to collaborate on. And Alex and his guys are going to look at our website and figure out how to bring it, right? How to bring it out of the Stone Age, right? And how to make it something really kind of cool. And when we get to the meeting, you got two young, really smart, talented guys, full heads of hair. It was like sitting down with two lions, right? Full heads of dark hair. And then you got Lee and I, two old bald guys with glasses. It was just, talk about passing the torch. It was hysterical. Henry, good evening. Picking up friends at the airport. God love you. I hope you have an absolutely great adventure. And I'd love to know, let us know the next, how did you make it through the mountains? Was everything you needed in the directions just right? Also, let me say hello to Nell. Nell Nutter Ratliff, thank you for joining us here at All Natural Being. Which phone do we got ringing here? Got to pay attention to what I'm doing. Hold on one second. All right, caller number 2. Good evening and welcome to All Natural Being. Who's this?
What on earth? This is Lee Rowley. What on earth is going on with that hold music?
What? I don't know. You know, Ken Ratliff called in a while ago, and I get this email today while we were at lunch from the company going, did you intend for your hold music? And I go, I don't know what I intended. Who are we kidding? Look at me. So I got to get on the phone with them tomorrow and go, no, it's supposed to be a very welcoming message for people that are on hold. So thank you for putting up with that, whatever that was. I was just saying.
I've had better times at the dentist.
I know, me too, right? But I don't know what to do.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, it's a little parting gift. Yeah. A little parting gift for being a show guest before you're even a guest. So no charge. Yeah, I got to get on that tomorrow. But I enjoyed spending the day running around with you, as I said. We meant to meet Alex and Eric, but and I had a chance to talk to Alex a little bit ago, and I said, it's really something else trying to operate a motor vehicle. At least operate it, within the normal rules of the road, and listen to you joke and listen to some of the things that you come up with. So I couldn't wait to tell everyone, right? Because we're thinking about what are some of the segments we could do and the like. And I said to Alex goes, yeah, I saw your post about a family tree, whatever I said. Your family tree is a tongue depressor, and it was hysterical at the time. I could barely keep the car on the road. Now, granted, I got up at 5 o'clock to deal with a nice storm, right? We had to drive all the way down, and so we were maybe a little tired when we came back up. But you always keep me rolling. You just always keep me rolling. So thank you very much for that. Let me say hello again. If I haven't already, Kathy, I'm sorry if I missed you there. Good evening. Welcome to All Natural Being. I see Wayne is here. Wayne, good evening again. Nice to see you. Alex, thank you very much for joining us. All right, Lee, let's take it away. Let's talk a little bit about some of the things that we discussed today in our marathon car ride.
Where do you want to start? Dealer's choice.
No, dealer's choice. Totally up to you. Just imagine we had a spin-to-win wheel, and it lands in a particular color, and it's go, oh, look, that's what it landed on. Lee, what do you want to talk about?
All right. Well, did you pull the graphics for the new logo, or are we doing that?
Oh, no,
tomorrow?
I didn't. We're doing that tomorrow. Yeah, we did not pull that because here's one of the things that I've learned as you just experienced with the hold music. Not until until I have Wayne go through and check it. I don't try anything new on the fly anymore. Who are we kidding? You know what I mean? So Wayne will look at it tomorrow and say, oh yeah, that graphic will work, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, so we're going to hold off on that.
Yeah, we'll hold off on the logo. But what are some of the other things that we discussed today?
Well, everything that we're doing and everything that is coming together, and it doesn't even seem to be necessarily by our design individually or together, is just that we're bringing our purpose, I think, is to bring people out of hiding.
Okay. I like that.
To equip them with the confidence, the skills, and the marketing savvy, whether you're marketing in business or you're just marketing in the sense of engaging with other people and marketing your worth as a person.
All right, I got that.
And getting the respect that you deserve.
Okay.
That, for some reason, that is our purpose and mission, is, or at least right now, is to bring that out and give people the tools they need to make it happen, so that they don't have to live in hiding. They don't have to live in fear and shame and worry about what they'll feel like at 20, 30, 40 years from now when they realize that they don't have the opportunities anymore.
Sure. Unless they're in the FBI witness relocation program. We don't want them to come out of hiding then.
Sure.
But like for everything
that.
else,
Yeah,
right, for everything else
absolutely.
they got going on. Let me say hello to Taylor Hampton. Thank you for joining us here at All Natural Being. So,
Hey.
so let's jump right into it, because one of the things,
Sure.
right, as you know how I feel about bow tie up and some of the other things that
Right.
you do and some of the other things that you
Yeah.
write. And we'll talk tomorrow about. We'll talk about the new logo, and we'll talk about certifiably brilliant and everything else. But
Okay.
I want to talk about your new hashtag this evening, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in the thread while you're telling everybody about it. And that way I ought to be able to get through this part of the segment.
Okay. So, I'm full disclosure. I'm having a little trouble keeping up with you here tonight. So, this is not bow tie up.
No.
Right.
No.
This is okay. This is what you've decided for me. Here is Weirdly. Weirdly. WEIRD
Oh,
for
that's
those
right,
of you
right,
who have forgotten
right.
how to spell it, like I did.
Well, I did too, probably.
Lee. Lee, and if you can't spell that, then we've got a
learned.
problem here.
So
So
weird.
it's hashtag Weirdly. Yes.
All right. So-
Hey, I cannot tell a lie. And the reason for that is that 3 times over the last month,
Right.
I have referred to myself as weird in social circles.
Sure.
Which, bafflingly enough, means I've been in social circles 3
I know.
times in the last month. Right?
I know, it's right.
That in and of itself should qualify me for something. But when I say, I'm weird.
Mm-hmm.
All 3 times, it's always been, a female. They put their hand on my arm and they go, "No, honey, you're not weird.
Oh, you're weird.
You're special. You're creative. You're
Unique."
whatever milk toast word you want to use." And I always look at them and go, "I was perfectly fine with weird." I'm totally cool with that. And they just look at me like, what just happened? Am I standing in front of an alien? What's going on here?
I love
I
it.
embrace weird. I like weird. Weird's good.
I'm with you.
Weird people weird people are my people.
Yes, I would
Okay.
agree. Now,
And-
this is a
and-
segue.
and
I
that's
want to
why
say
I
hello
like-
to. I want to say hello quickly to Candace Johnson, who jumped in the thread. Candace, nice to see you. And it was not a segue about Lee's people being weird. I was just saying hello to Candace. But I got to tell you, Lee, after spending some time with you today, and we were driving down the road, and Lee says, "Well, what do you think?" And I go, "Weirdly enough." And then it just hit me. I'm like, you can't spell weird without the E and Lee. And then so we, right then in the moment, decided weirdly. As Candace says, everybody is weird in their own way. Yeah, but Candace, you spend 4 hours in a car with Lee. He's weird in his own unique way. So we came up with weirdly. We came up with weirdly
that
because.
comes back to.
Yeah. Go ahead.
That all comes back to why we chose the name, but we'll get into it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Why we chose certifiably brilliant.
Yeah. And can I tell you personally why I'm excited about weirdly?
Okay, go ahead.
Because I don't like going out to a lot of these groups, and I made mention of the fact today that I think today was one of the first lunches, other than going to lunch with you, it's probably one of the first lunches I've been to in a year. I don't go, right? I don't get out much.
Right.
But because I envision your business card just being a blank card, right? And it says weird, WEIRDLEE.
Right.
So I'm going to start to attend some of these events that you go to, just so I can take short video snippets of you handing a business card to someone, and they go, "Oh, do you have your card?" And then you're going to look down at the card and go, "Weirdly, I cannot wait to capture
That's all
that on
you
video."
get.
Right. So thank you for pulling me out of my shell, for pulling me out of the bow tie cave, for pulling me out of everything that we've done here. Weird and weirder together, Candace says. Weird and weirder
That's
together.
right.
So that's the new hashtag.
That's absolutely right.
Weirdly. Oh, and what was so cool is I was talking to a friend of ours today, and they said, "Oh, unfortunately, that's already, Weirdly is already purchased. It's somebody else already owns the URL." And I go, "Brother, we don't think of there's not so much as any time 3 letters go together, right? We're going over to GoDaddy and figuring out, okay, can we own that? Can we buy that? Can we get the URL? Can we make that a hashtag? Can we do it? So yes, in fact, we were the ones that bought it about 10 seconds after after I just said weirdly. Now, it could have been extravagantly, right? If you're going to like a blacktail cocktail party, right? It could be. You don't know.
Yeah.
But we settled on weirdly, and I cannot wait to catch the videos where people go, I think he just called himself weird. Yes, he did. So I thank you for that, and I had a blast.
As did I. As I said earlier, I'm starting to think that the networking events are more for trolling than they are for actually making. At least when you're us.
Meet the troll.
I mean, like you said,
Meet
you
the
didn't
troll.
see the video. Some of you guys probably saw the video from last night, but we're off in this corner, and everybody's in their little insular cliques, and I know, Chris says you're supposed to come in and like wedge yourself in, but we looked at these people. It was like, okay. Yeah. Nothing wrong with them. They're just not our people. Just right. Yeah. Everybody kind of avoids eye contact. They're like, don't look at the bald guys who are over there screwing around with the camera.
Yep.
So it just wasn't our thing. But so we were off to the side, and we just kind of decided to make our own fun. So that's where, as I couldn't sleep last night, somewhere in the 2:30 range, it hit me that we should be doing like pop-up interview stations.
Sure.
Set up a background, or a backdrop, set up the lights, which would take, 10, 15 minutes?
Right.
Set up a couple cameras, connected to Wirecast.
Wayne's doing it already.
Anybody that comes along.
Yep, Wayne's doing it already. Wayne's doing it. I'll use that as a segue to announce in the night. Wayne already knows how to make the units portable and everything else. He's going to be going and doing, because tonight's the 398th episode. Tomorrow is the 399th episode. And the 400th episode of All Natural Being is going to be Sunday night. And our good friend Derek Noel from Derek Noel Fitness is going to join us. So he'll be here to help us celebrate the 400th anniversary. Candace says some weirdos are too boring. That wouldn't be us. Oh, remind me to tell you when that one lady walked up to me last night, and I'm not even going to say where we were because then no one has to feel like we're thrown under the bus. The one lady, John says weirdly.me. Well, that's very interesting. Weirdly.me.
Okay.
That might be something to think about.
Weirdly.me. I love that.
Yeah,
actually,
isn't that something? Yeah, it's been perfect. It does, and then maybe
weirdly me.
No, weirdly me. Yes.
Weirdly me.
Weirdly.
Yeah. Okay.
So
we got all this stuff. We got the mobile technology. I mean, we're having these guys are having their big shindigs where they're bringing in the entrepreneurs and they're charging thousands of dollars per ticket. We should be the ones in the ante room. Who's got the pop-up booth, the glam stand or whatever, and we got just point it to their Facebook page. Anybody you want, we'll point it to your Facebook page, and we'll interview you. And it will be the most fun you've ever had being interviewed. I guarantee that.
Well, I will tell you the most fun that I will have had attending some of those, because at one point last evening, a woman walked up to me and said, "So, what do you do?" And I told her, I don't know if you were within earshot, but I told her I was hotel security.
Did you really?
Yeah, I told her I was hotel security, and she turned around and walked away. Now, you have to know that this event last night was at a hotel. Again, I'm not going to say which one, right?
Oh
I'm not going to say which one, but she said,
never mind. I know better. You did. Okay.
Why? Did I already slip and say Renaissance? Did I already slip and say Renaissance? Did I? No, I didn't. I didn't say Renaissance.
You didn't? No.
No? Did I? No, I don't think I did. I don't think I did. Okay.
No rebirth.
No
rebirth.
Right, exactly. So she walked up to me and she says, "Well, what do you do?" And I said, "Hotel security. We don't always wear uniforms. Sometimes we wear civilian clothes." And she turned around and walked away. She turned around. Which is why I put up the post for everyone listening. Marcia says W plus W equals LOL. Thank you very much. Absolutely. That's one of the reasons I put up the post. No, I'm not even going to say it. Never mind. But yeah, I said hotel security undercover. Do you need anything?
Okay.
You need
That's
anything?
Awesome.
You see anybody acting weird? Just let me know. I can swoop in. And she turned around and walked away.
Okay.
And I'm like, yes, this is my type of mixer. Where people walk up, I have to interact for a couple seconds, and they turn around and walk away. I go, I got to fill my schedule with these more often. Even Wayne texted me today, and he goes, for someone that doesn't like going out, you and Lee seem to be painting the town. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that. Sure, whatever.
We're
Whatever.
painting it with the blood of our enemies. That's
Yeah.
what we're doing.
Oh, great. Oh my
Yeah.
God, too
No,
funny.
we're not
That's the
we don't
truth,
do that.
Kathy. We don't. We have no. We have a restraining order. We're not allowed to paint the town with the blood of our enemies anymore. Yeah, right. Because of the
No
restraining
enemies were
order.
harmed in the making of this episode.
Ex-
So wait, so do we have any time left?
Sure, we got 6 minutes for you. 5 minutes.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to take up 6 minutes, but
Okay.
so I just want to give everybody I want to mobilize on this because this has become mission critical.
Okay.
For my personal mission. Okay.
Okay. Oh, all excited. You want a drum roll?
I want to see. Okay, do it.
Okay. Hold
Sure.
on. No one thinks I can do a drum roll. Okay, apparently I can start the drum roll. I just don't know how to end the damn thing. There's where the on hold music comes from, right? Really? Did you just
Right.
put me on hold until the drum roll's rim shot? Yes, I did. All right. So what's the big pressing thing? I'm all. You got me on edge.
Well, I am bound and determined to have Rick Astley on 81 to win. 81 to win, obviously, your Guinness World Record attempt.
Right.
81 hours, longest running talk radio thing. Whatever the series out there.
Whatever we call it, right?
So, for absolutely no good reason, I want Rick Astley to do that. And it was originally I was going to propose to bare knuckle box Rick Astley, and then I got to looking at his Instagram, and I think he's actually a little bigger than I am. So I'm going to back down on that and just say we'd like to have him call in and chat with us. Do you think that's cool?
Sure. Yeah, that's 6 degrees
cool.
of separation.
Yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, right. It works. Tomato. So what we need here is we need
Spit it out,
multiple
brother.
people, and his Instagram is official Rick Astley. He's British, by the way. Did you know that?
He's from the same country as Fallout Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know that. All right, maybe we'll see if Fallout Bob knows him.
I guess you got to work those connections.
You do, right? I
Right?
have a brother in England.
So it's
I can ask
official
Ian.
Rick Astley. And so, we need to be telling him, look, we want you on 81 to win, hashtag 81 to win,
Sure.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
And also, just to show our support, we've created a hashtag We Roll with Rick.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So make sure you include We Roll with Rick when you bug the crap out of him about being on 81 to win. Because if enough people bug him, if one person bugs him, it's a pest.
Right, it's
if
a
10
pest.
people bug him,
It's a restraining order.
It's a group of pests.
Right, it's a restraining order. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. If a million people bug him, he's going to be like, what the hell's wrong with these two guys?
Yes.
And I got to go, fine. I'll go talk to the
We'll
two
see
idiots,
what's
whatever.
going on over there.
We're going to...
All right, so let me do this. I promise
right.
all the time that I never get to it, so I owe at least 4 prayer bowls. 1,
Okay.
2,
Well,
3. Oh, and 1. Lee, thank you very much. And there's the 4th prayer bowl. 4 shares so far during the show. So,
right on.
yeah, I think so. So, in our closing minutes, Lee, let's talk about tomorrow night. We're going to do the 399th episode of All Natural Being. And then tomorrow night, we're together to host Copy That Speaks at 9 p.m. Eastern. You want to talk a little bit about our guest and what we're going to be doing?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited about this because we're pushing the boundaries of technology here because we're going to be having our first international guest.
Ooh.
And she's a really cool lady from Dubai in the United Arab Emirates.
Cool.
Her name is Dr. Hanan Salim. She's kind enough to allow us to call her Hannah so that we can actually pronounce it.
Oh, very nice.
And
That's good because
I posted earlier that of all the things that she said, all the words she uses about her approach to nutrition and wellness and health, realistic is the one that stuck out to me.
Very cool.
So I've known Hannah for about a year now, and I've done some work for her. She's really cool. So I can't wait to hear about her approach. And she's got a new program coming out called, I believe it's 30 Minutes to Health.
Wow.
So we're going to be working on a tagline
For that.
Course,
Okay.
so we can just get a little more descriptors in there to get people to buy it.
Very nice. Also, I want to make mention of the fact, don't forget that by saying that's our first international guest, it means that Henry Noel from Cuenca, Ecuador, Henry Noel is a part of the team. So even though he's international, right, he comes from South America, that it will be most certainly the first time we've had a guest calling in from anywhere in that part of the world. So we are very excited about it. And I know we've been working on the technology. You probably don't want to say why it's a bit glitchy, right? But we're working on it, and I think it's going to be a great show. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, I'm going to have to just take issue with that for just a second because, I consider Henry family.
I do too.
As I consider you.
I do too.
So he's not a guest, he's family.
Well, that's true. I'll give you that. All right. So outside of international family, this is our first non-family international guest. Yes, Jamie, that was a long snare. Imagine what 81 to win's going to be like. 81 hours of snare drum without a rim shot. Candace says three weirdos.
We're updating your sound effects.
You know, it isn't that. It's my iPad doesn't seem to. I guess. Is that unbelievable? When I go to make a joke that my iPad doesn't work because of the way I punch it,
right? Then
it punches it.
I can't hear it, but that's okay.
Oh, you can't hear that?
No.
Huh, I wonder why that. See, now you couldn't hear that? Okay, let me see if you can hear this one.
I don't.
Okay, let me just turn.
We'll figure that out tomorrow.
Nah, let's figure it out now. There's nobody listening.
What?
That is one loud monkey. All right. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you all so very much for joining us. Don't forget, between now and tomorrow night, you can always mortal up. Lee, thank you so very much for hanging out. Thank you for weirdly enough.
Yeah.
Is a great way to close it. All right, brother. I will talk to you soon. All right, everybody, say good night. Thank you, Lee, very, very much. We'll talk to you tomorrow. All right, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Don't forget, tomorrow is the 399th episode of All Natural Being, and we're saving the 400th episode. We did. Thank you, Jamie. Jamie could hear the screaming monkey. And I had Snoopy here with me earlier. Snoopy does most of the pre-show with me, just so you know, Jamie. And we're going to do the 400th episode of the show will be Sunday night with Derek Noel from Derek Noel Fitness. We're very, very excited about that. But in the meantime, thank you so very much for joining us. We wouldn't be to 400 if it weren't for you all. Thank you so very much. Good night to you. Good night, Kathy, as well. Thank you for joining us here at All Natural Being, and we will see you tomorrow night. Looking forward to it. All right, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Have an absolutely fantastic evening.